Ah, the Penske file. I think you're Penske material.
What's up, brother?
How you doing, man?
Pretty good. How are you?
My good brother. It's just early afternoon here, Friday. Got all the work done. Just chilling now. Made
Yeah,
sure I blocked this out in my calendar for you.
I hear you. So, what's the weather like? Is it like 65, 70?
Yeah, I think that's about right. It's a weird summer. It's cooler than usual. I mean, it's been really nice. It never gets really hot here. We've actually had a couple of cool days, like very, very cool. Like
Okay.
probably 50-ish. Yeah, like just chilling and it means
Mm-hmm.
we haven't had to use the aircon at night, which is good because
Yeah.
sometimes you use that too
Oh,
much
you
and it
couldn't
gets a
hang
bit
on there. The
stuffy.
chick with those
But
big
I
titties?
mean, we're blessed where we are, man. It's a great little spot.
Yeah.
Near all the beaches, and it's kind of like living I wouldn't say Florida because it's not humid, but it's a coastline. It's nice. We got a pick of beaches here, not far away. Quite little village communities, just chilling.
Yeah.
Uh, Nothing much happens. It's like when you watch those crime shows and they say it's a sleepy little town. Not much happens here.
Yeah.
So when the maid was murdered, the town was in uproar.
Right there in the sleepy town where nothing ever happens.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Anytime you say.
yeah. So I don't know. I've prepared a few questions here to ask you, and it's nothing major. I think you'll be able to handle these pretty easy. So, but I mean, I'm going to go ahead and introduce for those who don't know. I know we may have some new people in the chat here, but this is DaGreatDane, Mr. Dane, and let's see. I mean, what? You're in your mid 30s. You're married. You got a lovely daughter, right?
Yeah, yeah, I'm actually pushing 40 now.
Oh
I'm
wow.
closer to 40 now, which is fine. It doesn't age doesn't really change anything for me. But yeah, my daughter's 4 years old. She's an absolute riot. She's also providing a whole host of challenges now. I know you know what it's like raising a girl. So
Yeah,
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 she's reached the age where it's all happening. The
yeah.
authority and the independence is on full tilt, and sometimes she doesn't know what she wants, and you just got to get out of the way.
Oh, I know it. I know it. So, and you've got a family cat, correct?
Yeah, I got two. We have two family Burmese cats, so the chocolate brown one, and like a beige one. So like those are pretty classic colors for Burmese.
Yeah.
So like if you Googled them, you'd probably find cats that look almost just like them.
Okay.
They're
Boys, girls?
yeah, one boy, one girl.
Okay.
Really good fun. So yeah, but like we'll have dogs one day soon, but just want to wait till Mia gets a little older,
Yeah.
and go and maybe live on some land, and so the dog can have a place to run around. Because we've always lived in pretty, not small places, but since we started moving a few years back, we just haven't had, honestly, what I'd consider to be the best yard for a dog.
Yeah.
When I picture having a dog, you want a big backyard,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
run around, jump, do all kinds of tomfoolery. So
Yeah.
no, I'm holding off on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are the cats' names?
So the boy's name is Puppet. He's a chocolate brown cat, and
Uh-huh.
the girl's name is Bella. I can probably pull up a photo while we're chatting as well.
Puppet
I'm
and
pretty
Bella.
sure I've got one.
And
Yeah.
Demented Mom took some pictures yesterday of her first day at work, and she wasn't sure if you saw those. I know she was saying something about it in the chat. I didn't know if you had a chance to look at those, but I can share them on the stream here if you have not. But I saw you chatting in there earlier, so you probably saw them.
Yeah, I'll take a look. It should be just scrolling up.
And she
Oh,
got
yeah, there's a pretty cool mask rocking there. I hope the job's going well. Hope there's good people there. That's really important.
Yeah, she said that it seems to be going well so far. It's in Maryland, so her mask there is done in American or in a Maryland flag uh, nature, but it's got a crab on it. So she said Maryland's known for their crabs. But she is working at Home Depot. She's showing off her new
That's where the logo's from. Yeah, I got you.
yeah her new apron. So I'm gonna share a picture of Dane's cats here. Maybe. Well, it doesn't like that. Let's see if I can get this working here. But what did you think of the Grippos?
They were great, man. That was flavor country and like really dense and kind of had that oily feel, not overwhelming, but a little different from the chips here. I mean, we have a good variety, but a lot of our chips, like most of them are very much kind of like the bake style of chips. Like the greasiest you're going to get is like if you get a like a salt and vinegar chip or a chili chip, you know what I mean, loaded
Yeah, yeah,
with like toppings. But the most of them are like compared to what you guys would have, they're pretty tame on
yeah.
the the seasoning. They're
Uh
nice, but yeah, like when I had the grippos, yeah, they were hitting me out of the park. So
huh.
yeah, just having them in small doses. I think I had them over the course of maybe 8 sittings.
Yeah,
So I wanted to savor it as well. Yeah.
yeah. That's that and ski. I don't think I sent Demented Mom some Grippos and ski. I don't think she cared for the Grippos as much, but she's addicted to the ski. I didn't get a chance to send you any of that, but it's similar to Mountain Dew. I don't know if you've had that Mountain Dew or Mellow Yellow, kind of like a citrusy flavored drink.
Yeah, we have Mountain Dew. It's great. It's,
Yeah,
we've had that for a long time now, probably since the early 90s.
yeah,
So yeah, so it's similar to that, is it?
it is. Yeah, yeah. So, have you purchased any new tennis gear lately?
Yeah, I've laid off a lot because I've got pretty much everything I want from collecting for the best part of it. It's been a decade now, so I've slowed right down.
Yeah.
Now like you find stuff and you've already got it, and now I try to save time and not put too much into that because I did it all early
Yeah.
before I had a kid, which was great. So no, I got too much stuff now. I actually have to sell a lot of the surplus, but I had a really good run at that collecting. I got everything I wanted. But I'll continue to buy the new releases when they go on sale. But I mean, I'll never buy them out of the store because now they're charging like upwards of like $90 a shirt, that
Oh,
kind of thing.
geez. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll wait till someone sells it when they get sick of it after a couple of months.
Yeah. So, for those who don't know, he collects a lot of tennis gear, especially like outfits from some of the classic professional tennis players' matches. And, geez, how much do you have? I mean, it's probably too much to mention here. I know you've got a huge spreadsheet of all the stuff that you have.
Yeah, because I had to stock take it to know what I had to make sure I didn't let go of anything that I only had one piece of. So that's why I was able to share that with you. It's like it's probably a total of around 800 shirts and shorts
Yeah.
combined and probably up to 100 pairs of shoes.
Jeez, that's
Um,
insane.
oh,
Uh,
yeah, it's good.
yeah.
It's where storage comes in handy.
Yeah. So I've got a picture of your cats pulled up here. So Puppet and Bella, you said?
Yes.
Okay. Which one? Which is which here?
Yeah, so Bella's the white one and Puppy's the chocolate brown one. Puppet.
Puppet. Okay.
Yeah.
Or Puppy. Either one.
Yeah, like Poppy cut like the flower, like when
Oh,
Elaine was
gotcha.
getting pulled up on eating poppy seeds.
Poppies. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. She didn't realize they had poppies in them. So
it's exactly.
speaking of that. Now I know Seinfeld is a '90s show, but what are your top three favorite '80s shows? I think I know what number one is.
Oh, you'd know number one. You can
Miami
tell the viewers
Vice.
at home. Yep.
Miami Vice. What
Mm,
what are the other? Do you have two others that you'd throw in there?
I definitely have one. Moonlighting,
Okay.
which was on at the same time. Not many people know it.
Yeah.
Um,
Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis was the lead actor before Die Hard, and honestly, I find his work in Moonlighting to be his best work. I loved it.
Yeah.
He was
Sybil
completely
Shepherd.
different character,
Mhm.
completely different. He
Yeah.
was a goofball
Yeah.
comedian, a fast talker.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, like I still watch that now and then. Like when I had the 2 weeks off during the Christmas holidays, I was watching that every day. I was watching a couple of episodes,
Oh,
kind
that's
of throwing
awesome.
that back, and yeah, no, I love that show. And if I had to pick a third, I mean, those are my two. Those
Mhm.
are always be my two. But like, I might have to just because I watched a lot of. See, the thing is, I watched a lot of British TV with my grandma. Like, I know a lot of what you guys had.
Uh-huh.
Um, like,
You watch
I mean,
Monty Python? Have you ever seen
yeah,
that? Which that's
yeah,
probably
I've
more
seen
70s.
the Monty Python. Yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
And
But
Benny Hill. I know Benny Hill's older as well, but that's a funny show.
yeah, yeah, of course. Yeah, I've seen all of those. Um, yeah, yeah, there's a lot of British comedy stuff I like, but like Flannel States, those were the main two. I latched onto, and I mean, outside of that, I just watch little pieces here and there. I don't think I watch too much like from the early days,
Yeah,
apart from this. Maybe Welcome Back, Kotter, but that's 70s.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
see, it's
I don't know
yeah,
what my '80s would be. I like Cheers. Cheers was
yeah.
mostly in the '80s. They had a few years in the '90s. Um, but yeah, it'd be a tough call. Um, yeah, I'd have to think about that one myself. But going back to the Seinfeld thing, do you have a favorite Seinfeld quote? I know you
Just
quote a
love,
lot,
um,
but do you
yeah,
have a
I
favorite?
just love the Hannigan skit where Kramer has a few shots of whiskey. I love that whole segment that he does.
Yeah,
No smell. That's Hannigan's. No smell, no tell Scotch. He's
yeah,
like selling how like you can if you got like a job interview or something important to do, you can still down a few shots of Hannigan's and you won't smell. No one will
yeah.
tell the difference.
You'll be loose as a goose.
And the Kenny Rogers stuff, that's
Yeah,
up there. Like this is stuff that I quote most of all.
yeah.
Uh, um, all of those, and George is getting upset.
Uh
Oh, I
huh.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of
Um,
those. What Peterman says. I think Peterman's a gold mine of quotes.
yeah.
Yeah, that's for those would be my go-tos, and I mean episodes. It would probably come back to um, obviously the one with Keith Hernandez and the
Hmm.
Kenny Rogers ones. Just they make me feel good.
Yeah.
And when Kramer goes betting at the track, a lot of people always say the contest. I mean that's good. I mean
Yeah.
it's up there for me, but
Yeah.
that's never a go-to for me.
Yeah. I think that's
Yeah.
what got a lot of people hooked on the show. That's really what kind of made it popular. And then
Yes.
after
Yeah.
that, it kind of took like a completely different turn. It was flying under the radar before the contest, and then after that, that kind of put it on the map as like a mainstream show, I think. Um, but
Yeah.
anyways, so what happened to the pool table? Do you still have a pool table? Did you get rid of it?
No,
Did
I
you?
mean I was lucky enough to have one for about 15 years. I mean, I had one and then I sold that when I moved, but then I bought another one right away. So over the course of about 15 years, I had one. But then just before we moved last time, like our last big move in a state,
Uh huh.
I sold one, but I sold it to like a tourist resort, which so they'll love that, when
Yeah.
people are staying there. I don't have one now, and but I still go to a friend's place every now and then to
Hmm.
shoot pool with him because he has a very good, like he's got a pro table similar to what I have, and
Yeah.
I do that. I mean, I do miss it, but it's also good not having to worry about lugging the table around or looking after it,
Yeah. Yeah.
you're moving. I mean, apart from that, love playing tennis. I'm starting to get back into golf.
Oh, okay.
Great activities, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, pool's not really a big thing here. Snooker is. Snooker's pretty like it's a lot higher on the radar than pool.
Oh, really?
But like yeah, but our main sports now are probably different codes of football and the soccer's really taking off now, but the football will always be the strongest sporting codes here. Like rugby style football we have
Yeah.
here. We have
Yeah. The
yeah, we have a
Australian rules.
yeah, the Australian rules is very unique with the like you can run with that with the handballing and stuff.
Hmm.
Yeah, we've got three main codes of football. In order, it's pretty much you've got rugby league, which is like it's like the rugby you would know, but it's there's not really any skirmishes or scrums. It's you have to run the ball forwards like into a goal, like NFL.
Yeah.
It's very much like NFL. You got to run it forward, but it's you can actually pass it several times as long as you pass in line with the guy next to you or behind you.
Hmm.
You can pass it sideways that way. You can't pass forward, and you got to run it into a goal, and you pretty much get six tries at it. It's called six tackles. And
Okay.
if you get to like your fifth tackle, if you don't want to turn the ball over like wherever you are, you punt it pretty much.
Oh, wow.
So very similar principles, just yeah,
Yeah.
like that. Obviously, a lot of little differences
Yeah.
as well. So
That's
that's our main sport. Yeah.
yeah. That's awesome. So, if you have friends come to visit you from out of town, what is like a place or a restaurant that you would take them to?
Like here we have a lot of options, man. Like we got a lot of great pizza bars. We've got seafood. We've got steakhouses. I mean, I honestly, what I've been doing the last couple of times people have visited, I've been going to this really good burger joint that we have here and just getting these like, these monstrosity burgers, like, like freshly made. And just like you just walk down to the beach.
Oh,
You just eat on
nice.
the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah, just that's been my go-to. Then after that, we go to there's like a gin and a whiskey bar that they have here that they make their own gin and whiskeys, and we have cocktails there. Ironically, that's right. The building's next to my gym.
Oh
So,
wow.
yeah, it's always there. So
Yeah.
I've been a few times. No, but that's usually what I do. But I'm very open with food. I don't think there's anything I don't like. I think maybe a couple of certain vegetables I don't like if they're too raw, like kind of like an eggplant or something.
Okay.
But I mean, I'll pretty much, even if I don't like it, if someone serves it up, I'll eat it. I'm not very fussy, and I don't have any allergies, fortunately. I'm very lucky that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, just greasy food, man. Usually go
Cool.
to is like greasy food, big soda, or a beer or something.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I still
And
have yet to
go
try the
catch it.
ginger beer.
Oh, you do. It'll
I'm
change your life
I'm missing
if
out.
I think you
I'll
do
uh
anything like.
I'll
Yeah.
order some like tonight and I'll try it on the stream and we'll
Yeah,
see.
let me check as well. I mean, let me know what your options are, because if I can find something cheaper, at least let me try and help you out. Because I mean, it's made here. You know what
Oh,
I mean?
okay.
They make it in one of the main states here.
Okay.
So yeah, even
All
if I
right.
got to ship it, that'll be fine.
Yeah. And Vegemite.
Yeah,
I haven't tried Vegemite.
yeah, that's like a cult classic here. It's like a very salty spread. I'm sure you guys have got something similar to it that maybe the more health
Yeah.
inclined people eat, but it's like a salty, savory. See, the problem is people use too much of it. You just use a thin layer,
Yeah.
like you load up the knife like maybe a couple of millimeters thin, then you spread that across the bread, then you have butter with it, some
Okay.
kind of butter, some
Uh-huh.
kind of margarine.
Yeah.
Some people eat it from a spoon or just eat it straight, and it's like having a mouthful of salt and herbs if you do that. It's no good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is awesome. So,
Good have
I
there.
think that
Have a
is all the questions that I had. I didn't know if anybody in this stream here has any questions for Mr. Dane. I'm sure Demented Mom does. Griff probably does. But as far as musical groups, what I know you're a big music fan. Do you have a favorite musical group that you've been listening to lately, or just like an all-time favorite?
Lately, I mean, I'm always all over the place. The thing is, when I go to the gym, I actually listen to podcasts that are usually related to pro wrestling, because they tell a lot of crazy road stories and like backstage stuff with the lives there. But in terms of music, what I listen to are Eagles, Electric Light Orchestra.
Mm-hmm.
Those are go-tos for me. Pink Floyd,
Uh-huh.
I would say right away, if you gave me those three, I'd be happy all day.
Yeah. Awesome.
But I listen to a lot of different music, a lot of old stuff. You know what I mean? Like my music taste outdates my age in a lot of cases.
Yeah.
Like you've just said, yeah.
I like it when you share the like odd Australian groups that
Yeah.
we didn't get to hear. So Nate wants to know, how did you discover my stream? I think I remember the game, but I don't.
Yeah, well, that was all because of the game. You were playing Scarface, and I have Scarface streams saved in my list of categories.
Mhm.
And so if someone's playing Scarface, I haven't done it since I came to your stream, but yeah, you were playing Scarface, you were in the list. I popped in, and the rest is history.
Yep, it was it's been downhill ever since. So no,
Mhm.
I'm just kidding. Are there any fun nightclubs or nightlife to go to for Mr. Dane? Is what Griff asks.
Yeah, all right. Well, Griff, like we're lucky to live on. It's like a coastline. It's like it's not quite as flash, but it's like imagine living on kind of like South Beach and living on Ocean Drive there. We've got a section like that where there's a whole section of clubs and bars that you can go to, which usually have an ocean view or just a stone's throw away. So there's a lot of nightlife here. It is a very small kind of beach community compared to like your capital city. Um, so you'd probably find a lot of similar places if you're traveling along California or like Florida, like
Right.
anywhere along the coast we've got beaches. You know what I mean? So it's no, we have a lot of options. Like it's nice, but man, I have not been clubbing or out to bars for a long time. Used to do it a lot up until I was probably mid 20s, late 20s. But there is a lot here. I mean that's a big part of what Australia does. They like especially for your main areas, like they just have like the capital cities have hundreds of clubs, you know.
Gotcha.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so
So
very lucky.
I think Griff was asking something earlier. He was saying, "What is that?" I'm not sure what he was referring to. I think maybe the snooker. Was that what you were saying? A
Maybe,
game
yeah,
that's
we
similar
were
to pool.
talking about the rugby and the football, but yeah, like snooker's like an English form of pool.
Okay.
I mean, they'd call it pocket billiards. It's like I mean, if you look up that word on YouTube, you'll find heaps of stuff. It's like pool on a giant table. The table's probably like 50 to 70% bigger, depending on what table you're playing on. If you're playing on a bar table, it's almost double the size.
Oh wow.
But the pockets are tighter. And they pot balls like what you have to do is you have to pot a red ball and then you have to pot a color, and you can just keep repeating that. And the different colors have like different point scales.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you would call it like your pronunciation, you would call it snooker.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
So Dane wants to know if you have any single Aussie friends.
uh, well, like
that
probably
are that
put
are
some of the
available to travel, I'm sure.
like, well, that's the big thing right now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they're all betrothed, Nate. Usually the ones I train with or know, and incidentally, I hooked two of them up with two of my childhood buddies, and they're
Oh.
still married, and they have kids.
Oh, so
So
you're a
I'm still
matchmaker.
short in the
Chuck
pool area,
Woolery.
apparently. Yeah. So yeah,
All right.
no, like yeah, like so I kind of cut off their dating life pretty quickly. Like I hooked them all up in their
Yeah,
like
let's
late 20s.
put a stop to this. Yeah. Well, I appreciate having you on here, brother. I think that's all I have. Thank you for the PC Builder game, by the way. That was awesome. I'm probably going to continue to play that. Probably not on the stream, like you said, but yeah, I was enjoying that game quite a bit last night, and for being subscriber numero uno, and all the game suggestions, and for doing the interview today. So.
Yeah, of course. And I'll just take a quick look at the chat. I mean, like for Griff, the Sydney nightlife is huge. It's one of the biggest nightlife areas in the whole world, actually.
Mm.
In terms of bar hopping and clubbing. Also, I believe there was another one. Yeah, of course, Griff. I've been to the Opera House probably a dozen or so times, if not more. There's a beautiful like giant park there overlooking the water you can go to and have picnics at. Still haven't taken my daughter there because I mean she's almost old enough now to go. But yeah, I've been to the Opera House, been on top of the bridge, the Harbour Bridge. Been everywhere in Sydney. Lovely place. Like if you've never been, you got to go. You got to go once if you're in Australia. And it's very easy to get around everywhere. It's public transportation's immense. I mean, you've got ferries, trains, buses, taxis. You can get anywhere.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, thanks for doing this for me, brother. Don't work too hard today. Are you working today?
Yeah, like I'm pretty much done for the afternoon, I think, as long as like no other jobs come in, which is good. It's nice to have on a Friday, but I'll get another workout in before I pick up my little one from daycare a bit
Yeah.
later.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
and that's about it. Just
Good deal.
that's yeah. Then the weekends here, and then a lot of playtime with the daughter, and just doing my thing. And yeah,
All right.
I'll try and keep popping in. And thank you everyone for the questions and the engagement. Really appreciate it.
Yep. Well, enjoy your weekend, sir. And I'll talk to you later.
Always. You too, brother. We will chat soon. Good deal.
All right. See ya.
See you, brother.